is very secure. The problem with Bitcoin security is, I think, that it's so much different than what we knew before, and people have to get used to it. So I think the first thing here, the most important thing here, is to have user-friendly wallets, so that people who are not very technical can still use it, and not be baffled, not be and don't make mistakes with keeping their money. So that will do a lot for increased security. Otherwise, the Bitcoin network as it is highly secure, but it's also highly technical if you want to use it in a secure way. What happened to Mt. Gox is not really a problem of the Bitcoin network itself. It was the problem of their software. I'm not even sure if that was the reason for the problems, but anyway, the Bitcoin network is sound, and the problem that they mentioned has been known for a long time, and other people had no problems dealing with it. So this is not really a problem of the Bitcoin network as such. Okay, it may be a small problem, but it's something that that could not be fixed. And yes, it is theoretically possible, that a technical problem appears that nobody ever thought about before, and then when we realize it, we see that Bitcoin doesn't work. But that's really unlikely to happen, because it's like believing that something like that might happen is like believing that any other technology will just stop working overnight. Like I don't know, Facebook or Wikipedia, or I don't know, television or GPS or something. Nobody expected something like that will just die overnight. It doesn't happen. Problems happen. The problems are fixed. These are usually small problems, and they get fixed. This has also already happened also with Bitcoin. Nothing was ever critical. Everything got fixed. Then another thing might be vulnerabilities to attacks, right? Something might be fine that somebody could hack Bitcoin, but the incentives here are really high. So I think all the hackers in the last 5 years tried it. Everybody who has any interest in hacking other people's software, the incentives couldn't be higher. If you do that in Bitcoin, you get lots of money. So I think people have tried it, and Bitcoin has so far passed the test of time. So I think we can be pretty sure that it works, or at least it doesn't have any fatal vulnerabilities. Many new technologies, many new ideas start off with bad public reputation for some reason. Probably because people are, they don't know new things, they're afraid to use them, and and this is the same what also happened to Bitcoin. But I think this is improving already. I think if people see for what good Bitcoin can be used, right, the reputation will improve, because Bitcoin can be used for very useful things, but not just useful, also things that benefit humanity, like transparent charity. We don't have transparent charities right now, whereas with Bitcoin, financial transactions can be very transparent. Everybody can prove how much money they got and what they did with it. So that's really good for charities to clear up any unclarity, and also for not just charities but also businesses, right? And I think that's very positive, and I think if people knew that, this would also help Bitcoin's reputation. Mainly the mainstream media just cover Bitcoin as some kind of curiosity, some new things, something, they don't really go deep into it, they don't try to understand it, and that kind of creates slightly, maybe negative public image because of the lack of understanding. But Bitcoin is a tough thing to understand, that's a problem, so but it will just take time. Yeah, I think so, because it will show that what kind of people are actually interested in Bitcoin. These are businessmen, people who want to do some services, sell them, but services that provide good to the public, right? So it will not Bitcoin sometimes at the beginning appears as something that just some hackers do on the internet. But if people who actually do some business know this, trust this system, use it and step out and talk about it, I think that could improve the public image a lot. Yeah.
Walk in the room and stare right through you.
I don't really think governments will, in the long run, see Bitcoin as a threat. They might. Some people in some governments might see it that way right now. But when people really get informed, governments have smart people there, and they will see that Bitcoin is not at all anonymous. It's actually very transparent. It's the most transparent payment system that ever existed. And if it could really be used as a perfect surveillance system for the financial transactions. Maybe a comparison with the internet is good here. No government except for a few in the world, maybe two, actually bans the internet. The smart governments use the internet to for their purpose, to survey the people, and Bitcoin could actually be used that way, and I think governments will see that.
Maybe it's true, we're staring